girls. Today we're doing a check-in for the twin flame energy and journey. I am Larisa Lili Temperance. I welcome you all to my channel. As always, I just want to get into the energies because I always have channel messages. Those who are my subscribers, you guys already know the drill. And those who are new to the video, I channel all energies because I like to sit with the energies. Especially my readings for twin flames are always very different. These readings are about the journey and the growth, the soul's growth. So I definitely like to focus on that. We both have masculine, feminine energies within ourselves, you know, but also the focus of my readings usually is to the divine, to source, the main purpose of what this journey is and the growth. This channel, I will say it up front, is not going to be for every feminine and masculine if you're not at the space of understanding where your soul is, especially if you're still at that obsession stage of the journey, which is okay, which honestly is the channel message that I have for today. So my masculines and my feminines watching, because I do think it's important what we're going to talk about today, what the energies I've been picking up. And you know, this energy, we've just had the Scorpio full moon, which I'm doing obviously this on the Saturday, a couple of days after the Scorpio. And I don't know if you guys have felt that Scorpio full moon, but Scorpio full moon, Scorpio energy, and Scorpio in the tarot is the death card. And the death card is transformation, but it's death and rebirth. And that's an energy to be able to transform ourselves, transmute ourselves. And that is exactly what the ascension process is, right? The dark night of the soul, the death of the ego, this death process. And so there has been a change and huge major shift, I feel, with this energy. And I want to introduce what I was hearing this entire time was divine invitation. And the twin journey is really truly a divine invitation to self, to source, to remember who you are, to come back to your authenticity. And so this divine invitation is when, you know, you recognize another soul. A lot of the times twin souls are actually very old souls. And, you know, they are very... To be honest, I truly feel there are very few true twin souls. There are people who obviously are connecting with the energy, but you can tell if you're not evolving, because that is what this journey is evolution of the soul, and it's the fastest ascension due to the fact that you are an old soul. And yes, it's hard to release the ego because coming to this earth, you grow up, you're programmed, you're conditioned, you enter a certain paradigm, right? You enter a certain bubble, whether it's your culture, whatever it is, and then you know that that's your world. That becomes your internal world and also becomes your outer world. And so when you meet a soul, when you meet your twin, things shaken up and everything about you starts to transform. Your taste buds, you know, the Kundalini awakening, if you had, now not every, honestly, I do feel every twin, but not every person who has a spiritual awakening has the Kundalini, but I do feel every twin has a Kundalini awakening, because the sensitivity of your energetic body, the DNA of your energetic body shifting so quickly. And so it's going to be a fast ascension, which is that divine invitation that you're being given. It's a gift. It truly is a gift. And so that's where the obsession begins with your twin, right? Because it's this energy that you felt with that person and nobody else, and you have this connection, and so you can only associate the energy with that person, although the energy with that person is correct, right? Because you have met your soul in another body, but it's not the person, it's not the 3D, it's just soul. Always remember, it's always the soul. So channel messages. What I got from this divine invitation is understanding the journey to your heart and source. observing of what you want. Your physical life to look like, what you want your physical life to look like. So understanding what you want your physical life to look like for the remainder time on this earth, meaning understanding your soul and what you want the remainder of your time on this earth to be, what value you want to add, what you want to bring, what you want to be remembered for. And so it's just a different perspective. It definitely is a shift within yourself and your spirit. Understanding the concept of eternity of your soul, but the limitation of time of your physical body. And so understanding the concept of eternity, right? You are eternal, meaning you've come here lifetime after lifetime. You connect in such deep ways that honestly feel endless, and your soul tends to feel a liberation once you recognize that and know that this ride and this 3D life, it's a ride, and knowing its limitations. And so at this point, you don't have to be attached to the ego and the programming and the conditioning, or just setting your 3D body free, understanding that you don't have to be attached to old ways, toxic ways, things that probably harm you. Because honestly, the channel message of last week, which honestly I think was very important, is the more suffering, the closer you are to God, right? So this journey teaches us suffering, and it's to teach us the suffering of this world. Your eternal body, your soul knows love, and twin souls are shapeshifters in that sense, because you learn to show people and reflect what liberation is when you come from a place of love, and the freedom of unconditional love to yourself and then to other people, but also setting hard boundaries, because you no longer have an attachment to these harsh energies or the limitations that people place, your parents place on you, the cultural limitations, societal limitations. Like, there's a sense of freedom within your soul and your spirit, which makes you then look 20 times younger, right? So masculines are in a space of aligning the desires of the remainder of their life. And that's huge, because at this point it is a life review. And, I do feel some judgment energy here. But like I said, I'm going to read a little after. I felt judgment, Fool energy, and Wheel of Fortune energy here. So the space of aligning the desires of the remainder of their life, and at this point is an understanding. They're just being an observer, questioning their values. No more wishing, right? No more wishing, and understanding it's time for a choice. The fears and the repeated patterns are getting old. So this is a point zero in life, which is Fool and Wheel of Fortune, right? A point zero where you get to start over, and it's a redo, kind of, it's a do-over in life. So trusting more of the divine's plan and surrendering their hearts and egos. And obviously being in this 3D, you start to understand how to operate out of an ego, but a healthy ego, right? And so you have your higher self, and then you have the ego self. And so understanding when to be in and out those energies, because we can easily fall into the traps of living our higher self and then completely forgetting and grounding ourselves to being here in this heavy, dense 3D world, right? But that's where our ego comes in, and knowing the ins and outs and knowing how to transmute the energy from the ego perspective also, but in healthy ways where it's no longer operating out of fear and limitations. All right, so we're going to pull a major arcana shift for the masculine spirit. What is the major arcana shift? I'm just going to kind of flow with the reading today. Okay, what is the major arcana shift for the masculines? What is the major arcana shift with the masculines? Spirit, what is the major arcana shift for the masculines right now? What I say, guys, look at this. point zero is Fool or Wheel of Fortune. And here we have the 10, which is, in this deck, this is the Wheel of Fortune. It's called a happy change. The 1, right? The 1 is a new beginning. So we have the 10 for the Wheel of Fortune. We have the 1 for initiatives, to wanting a fresh start. And the Fool, the 0. 0 is point zero in life. And that's the energy I'm feeling with this desire, right? Trusting more in the divine and, you know, surrendering to the plans, right? Divine's plan, and surrendering their hearts and their egos. So your angels have heard your prayers and have banded together to create real and joyful changes in your life. Events begin to move forward and great progress will now be possible. You may need to make some rapid decisions due to the suddenness of activity. Be confident and trust the guidance you receive. And I feel, remind me, feminines, last week, and bottom of the deck review. So this is Judgment. Remember I mentioned Judgment. I'm feeling Judgment. So I'm feeling Fool, Judgment, Wheel of Fortune. And here we have the Judgment in the bottom. And this is obviously a review and contemplation. I will read it. You've accomplished a great deal in your life and you have much to be proud of. Now it's time to decide what's next. As you contemplate the past and the present, you'll get clear on your divine life purpose. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Be the real you. And that's what it is. It's a release of conventional, non-conventional living. Twin flame journey is a non-conventional way of living. It's not understood. Now, that's why I want to reiterate the message of it being a divine, the twin journey being a divine invitation. Because remember, here in the 3D, we have to label things to give it understanding. But if we separate the words and focus on the energy and the feeling and the understanding of our intuition and tapping into the energy in itself, then you realize a divine invitation is the journey. It's not so much of your twin and a person and love. It's unconditional love, but it's a divine invitation to yourself, to source, and introducing you to what true love feels like. And of course, you're going to love your twin. Of course, you're going to love your feminine. Of course, you're going to love your masculine. Always, forever. Why? Because they've reminded you of who you are. I will never stop loving my masculine. I love him dearly, and I every day I pray for him and his healing, and I wish him well every day. So let's see, what else are we going to get for the masculine spirit? What else do we have for the masculines? What else can we masculines? What are the energies making that effort? I'm going to leave it right there. Bottom of the deck is soulmate. So in a space of making effort, right? Journey to self, right? And understanding that it's time to make these choices. You know, the fear and the repeated patterns are getting old. And so at this point, this is a change, a turning point to make things different in their life. So let's pull a soul journey, spirit evolution. What is the evolution right now of the twins? What is the evolution right now? What is the soul's evolution, please, spirit? Thank you. Oh, geez. This is soul's evolution, spirit. Thank you. Sharing. Someone may benefit from what you have learned. Reach out and share the knowledge and wisdom you have attained through experience. You know, I love this. And the reason I'm loving this energy here is because that's what this journey is. This is about being a reflection. This journey is that, again, showing the world a different version of a way of living, choosing the liberation that this journey gives you, this awakening within yourself, this freedom, this sense of freedom that comes to being authentically you and then all the purging and healing that comes, that it gets to a point where you get to share your story. And other people, this is what the journey is as a twin, an old soul. You are wise beyond your years. And so you get to share that knowledge and wisdom and how you came about. And a lot of us suffered really dark energies, dark transitions, from toxic, drugs, sexual addictions, wounds from childhood wounds of, toxic homes, being beaten, rape, you name it. Like the darkest energies you could imagine is how twins get here. A lot of the stories from twins get here. And so here sharing, right? Someone may benefit from what you have learned. Reach out and share the knowledge and wisdom you have attained through experience. And so this effort now, masculines can now be in a space to really be comfortable with sharing. Twins are never comfortable with sharing because obviously you're learning the journey. And, people always say, how do I know I'm with my twin? You could be a month or two in your journey, 3 months in your journey. And the only answer I have for that is it takes time, and surrendering to the journey takes time. And the only way you're in this journey is with time, is with the synchronicities, it's with seeing, and it only happens over time because the gateway, right? The divine invitation to source is not an overnight thing. And so source can only give you as much as you're ready to see. And so with time, source gives you, which is why it becomes so much knowledge, because that's what I'm saying. I really feel this is I know my channel is really for twins who are really, ready to evolve and shift off of the on honesty, the toxic energy that's out there in terms of what's being said about twins. And I mean, there are readers out there who do like to debunk, the false, false, energies that are out there, really giving wrongful advice and guidance that doesn't allow you to grow and expand, and are catering to connections that really are narcissistic, abusive. Because first, your twin will never abuse you. And if you're in a situation where you feel it's toxic, your journey is toxic, and they're hurting you, that is not a twin journey. Source, spirit, source will never hurt you. I have to be clear with that. Source will never hurt you. It doesn't matter how deep the wounds of your twin is. If anything, you empathize with your masculine. You learn to be compassionate to all masculines, not just divine masculines, but all masculines. And you tend to shift your feminine energy, because usually feminine energy is awakened to that first. But it's because there's a healing within your masculine to be able to be loving and nurturing, which is what we naturally should have been to begin with, right? Our natural state in our feminine energy is to be love. And so there is a compassion that you show to your masculine despite of what they've experienced, because you are also respecting that this physical journey is also for your masculine, not just you. And so they also had to experience different lessons, and that's just a respect you have to have for your masculine. But the appreciation is the gift you've given each other to come home to yourself. And so, some twins, do have physical union, but the focus should always be in the spiritual union, right? The spiritual union to self. Now, I give these readings, and that's why I only do them once a week, because I don't want any codependency with them. But I want the soul growth, and the only way to help those who actually are in this journey is to give these readings, right? Because the best thing the internet could have done is to help us expand and share our stories and put information out there much quicker. Now imagine those who went before this era, who were twins before the era of sharing, right? And that's why a lot of the times those twin journeys lasted so long in separation or in obsession, in that obsession stage where their soul didn't progress and move forward because, not knowing what to do, and the guidance wasn't truly out there, was so hard to get. People weren't really sharing. And, here we're in a space where we can finally share. So, all right, we're going to keep going here. So we're giving me more energies on the masculines. What else does the masculines want us to know? Okay, so solitude, you've got solitude, offer, received fall, and family. Let's see, what am I feeling here? Yeah, so this is exactly what I'm feeling. So this fall, we've had the masculines. This past fall that we had, the masculines were very much in the hermit energy, reevaluating their dynamics, family, childhood wounds, their patterns that brought them to this point in their life, right? And like I said, this is a sharing place. There's a lot of things that had to be dealt with in this energy, in this time frame, to be able to be in this receiving in a receptive way, right? A healed place. To be receiving is the Empress energy. It's the feminine energy, to be receptive to the healing. And this is the offering of the healing, the making the effort of the healing, right? The offering, the cup of emotions given to you. And it's like just like the Ace of Cups, right? God and the Ace of any aces is a gift of God with the hands. That's why the deck shows the hands. And so here you're being gifted fresh emotions, fresh water, to dive deep within your emotions, to make that effort to really bring about healing for once, and really to close that mask. And the mirroring aspect, and look what we have, the twin flame, right? Hiding, releasing, mirroring, because it's what the twin journey does. Shifting, bringing you back to your journey, your flame, your soul, your union, your spiritual union to self. Here we have, which I love, admire, which is usually the feminine energy, the admiration, which is the healing, the receiving energy, Empress energy, which is the energy exchange that the feminine energy brings to the table for this alignment, for the journey, the mirroring. And so this is a back and forth. This is why it's a constant back and forth. And yes, it can get stuck, but it's the stuck energy is usually the separation. And so when you land in separation with your twin, it just, things resurface, right? So you land back to the mirroring, the healing stage, the hermit stage, to receive again that cup of emotion, to come back healed. And so it's like a cycle of, but every time more ascended. And look what we have here: separation, divine timing, reinvention, and compromise, which is the constant cycle to the divine invitation to self, because it's a cycle to come into solitude. You're given a cup of emotion to really regenerate, refresh. It mirrors back the pain. The emotions of the feminine energy reignites that, which puts you in back into separation, right? Separation to ascend again. Then you have the time of separation, which again, when you come back, every time you're reinvented. This is what true twin energy shift looks like. If you're not reinvented every time you see your twin, and again, you don't have to see, there's sometimes you don't, I haven't seen my twin in some time, and that's okay, because the healing needs to take place. Healing needs to take place for him and myself, and there's been, if anything, as soon as that separation happened, boom, things completely changed within my life. And I've gotten a lot of masculine energy within myself to bring about change. So I ended up, that separation caused a push energy for me to bring about this Wheel of Fortune, which I'm at a 0.0 right now. I have a new job, so my career has shifted and honestly brought me an opportunity so beautiful, so aligned to where I am in my life, that I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for my twin. I'm so grateful for the journey. I'm so grateful for the beauty and what it's given to me. And, you know, this constant release, this purge that always happens. And honestly, this Scorpio death energy we've had was a lot of that as well. So, I know that was a lot, feminines and masculines, but the energies have been intense. So let's see, what does the masculines need to surrender, Spirit? What does the masculines need to surrender right now? Surrender resentments. Holding on to resentment only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. And this is what I'm saying. This is a point zero. So you have to release old patterns. The fears and the repeating patterns are getting old. So resenting it isn't useful. It's keeping them stuck in a lot of ways. And so they know they don't want this. You know, they're landing in a space of just really needing to forgive themselves, you know, and they have been in the space of forgiveness constantly. So Spirit, what does the feminines need to surrender? Yeah, surrender to your intuition, feminines. You've got to trust. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. And this is, again, knowing and trusting your own journey, what you're being shifted to, because this is an individual journey. But also recognize how heavy masculine energy is always opposed to the feminine. And do know that the more you arise, the more they tend to shift also. And so they're always going to be this imbalance, but they're making efforts. So the point is, they know they're in a space, and I love this energy, to be honest, because now they're really working. They're understanding the benefits of the hermit and are becoming wiser within themselves and not afraid to share their story, not afraid to share their journey. Maybe a lot of them healed, you know, or really had a true reinvention of toxic ways, of addictions and patterns, and just therapy about childhood abuse or anything to that nature, narcissistic environments that they grew up in, and coming to an understanding and not being their story anymore, and a huge release of that pain that they were carrying that kept them stuck all the time and not allowing the ascension to happen, and being more receptive to this cup of love, this cup of emotions, to finally dive deep into their emotions and no longer resent, but to forgive, but to finally feel their emotions, and be okay with crying, and be okay with being in the space of feeling. So I think that's absolutely beautiful. All right, so we're going to pull out some tarot real quick. Spirit, give me more on the masculines, please. Give me more of the masculines. Give me more of the divine masculines here. Oh my God, if that's the Queen of Wands, wow. We've got Queen of Wands, we've got the King of Wands, we've got the Ten of Cups, and we've got divine partnership. This is truly understanding what this union has done. Some of you can be dealing with strong fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, or have them heavy in their chart. But this is definitely a divine alignment, because we have the counterparts. And this is what I'm saying. There is an alignment happening. There is an alignment happening within this connection, and it truly is a turning point. And the efforts of the alignment of the journey, the soul union, because what I feel is the soul union, right? 8 of Cups in the bottom, the evolution, evolving, moving away, walking from things that don't serve. It's really about choosing the happiness, contentment, and joy, finding contentment and joy in the everyday life here. So both masculine and feminines are understanding the spiritual union here, which it truly is soul union, because it's aligning to sharing the purpose, being confident in where they are, and just loving the journey, recognizing the journey for what it is. So, okay, I want to pull some spirit. Where's the feminines at now? Give me the energies for the divine feminines. So the divine masculines are obviously seeing the journey for what it is. Where is my feminines at? Thank you. Let's see where you at, feminines. King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Magician, Manifestation, and Independence, Knight of Pentacles. I actually love this because here there's counterparts here, even though these are not the same counterparts from the same, but we have a king and queen here. And again, this is alignment, but this is with the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, again, the emotions. This is the feminine and the masculine, the physical. So there is an energy shift in the emotions, and then it coming to the physical. So there is an alignment because it's showing up in your life in stability. And so feminines, there is a stability happening in your physical life because of the balance within yourself. So there's what I'm seeing here, and what I'm trying to say is the masculines are having there's two counterparts, masculine and feminine energy. There is a union happening within their masculine and feminine energy, right? Finding the things that are truly that makes them happy, what makes them content, walking away from old ways. There's finally receiving that cup to union to self for this journey. And here the feminines are also in a stability of masculine and feminine energy as well, finding that emotional stability within their physical life, manifesting, right? Because it's the one. We're back to the one. Here we're back to the one, the 10, and masculine also has a 10 again, a turning point, making efforts. But we're back to your one, which is your manifesting initiation. Together, the 9 and a 1 is a 10. So you're also at a 10, making change physically in your life, independence, finding alignment within yourself, which is where you need to be. That you are also your transmuter, and your masculine. The gift of the journey is the healing of the masculine energy within yourself to be able to transmute your life and find comfort in your independence, in your physical life. And again, just be trusting more of the divine's plan and surrendering the heart and the ego. That channel message, where was it? Right? And I really feel that energy here with the 9 of Pentacles, the independence here. And just with the 10 in general, understanding the concept of eternity of your soul, but the limitations of time of your physical body, and masculines are in a space of aligning the desires of the remainder of their life. So there's a lot of aligning the desires of the remainder of the life here on earth. And so understanding the limitations here of the time of your physical, and now what your life wants. You want your life to look like, to be able to manifest your desires of your heart. Wow, that's deep, feminines. What else do I want? We're gonna pull some emotions, and then I think I'm just gonna do, because I think this message is pretty clear, I'm just going to do some guidance. All right, Spirit. So what are the emotions of the masculines right now? What are the emotions of the masculines right now? This is a lot. So sweet. I love the sweetness of your soul and the taste of your kisses. Recognizing the soul, the sweetness of the soul. Seductive. Every night in my dreams you seduce me. Seductive. Do they dream? Of course. They've got strong fire, so there's the attraction. This is also sacral energy, which I didn't mention earlier, which came up in my mind, but it's coming back again now. I guess I was just too excited to see the masculine energy, but once I saw the feminines. But this is sacral energy being healed, and so masculines usually heal from the sacral. So it's a lot of always fire passion energy, soul, really igniting from the soul. Strength, Leo energy. We had strength last week. Here we are again. Your strength inspires me. And that's the feminine energy. Again, the inspiration of the feminine energy, which is what the feminine energy, that admiration to get unstuck. It's that cup of love to be able to make the shifts of the connection. That's the beauty of the feminine energy. It provides the shift of the connection. Muse, you made me feel alive again. Muse, yes, again, the admiration of the feminine energy, because it's a muse to life, a muse to shift. And when you recognize even within yourself, and that's also feminines, it's what the masculines give to you too. You have to recognize, if you release the void, the obsession, the void, and filling it with the obsession, you tend to realize the gift of the masculine is also them being your muse to make these transmutations manifesting, where you get to feel complete and like experience full independence. And so it's not that this is not the I don't need a man, I don't need a woman energy. This is, I'm so whole that my person who I will be with is an added bonus to my life, and I can't wait. That's that energy, I can't wait. And so here we have anxious, right? I can't sleep, I don't eat, and I have no sense of inner peace. And this has been coming up a while for the masculines, because there is that anxious energy, right? Because obviously this change, that's why they make an effort. It has still been a shake within themselves, and they have to make the effort. Change isn't easy for the masculines. That's why it's required the strength here, the courage, the belief system within themselves, not falling into the traps of their ego and it going south, right? They want their ego to go north, to heal, to move forward, so they can continue to move forward. All right, so what are the emotions of the feminine spirit? What are the emotions for the divine feminines right now? What are the emotions for the feminines? All right, so we have happy. I want to make you smile again, and support. I want to be the one who stands beside you and assists you in all your success. And again, when I get these energies and the way I feel them, that support is exactly, again, that cup of love, being in that receiving end of emotions, divine feminine energy, love, emotions, intuitive knowing, trusting your intuition. That is the support, right? I want to be the one who stands beside you and assists you in all your success, support. And in all honesty, it's the back and forth. So because we have strong masculine feminine energy here for the masculines and strong masculine feminine energy, this has been a support. Again, to your happiness, I want to make you smile again. To your happiness, to the energy, to the journey of self, to finding that independence, that freedom, to finding divine contentment and union to self, right? Due to the connection, again, the energetic beauty of the connection. I just feel like this is so, Spirit is really landing with this message. So we're just going to give guidance now, Spirit. Give me the guidance for the masculines. What is the guidance for the masculines? This is the spirit animal deck here. I just want to get a guidance with the spirit animals. I was inspired to pull this deck today for the masculines. Hawk, messenger. And Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. This is beautiful for the masculines because this is a messenger, the hawk. True, hawks are messengers, and so they again focus on priorities, right, and eliminate distractions, which is what they've been needing to do. It's sudden change, and they're just done. It doesn't serve them anymore. So give me the energy for the feminines, please, Spirit. Oh, feminines, very strong for you. So we have the penguin, authentic. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You're full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. And here again, it's the energy of manifesting and independence, right? The Nine of Pentacles. So this is asking you to free yourself. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. This is an introduction to your masculine feminine energy balance, which is really bringing you to being happy and fulfilled in so many ways within your own energetic field. And Cougar, assertive, yes. Feminines, in silence you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. Again, strong energy confirming with this Nine of Independence, Nine of Pentacles, and manifestation with the Cougar being assertive, being authentic and assertive with your life. You know what you need to do, feminines. You know, this is, again, a divine invitation, right, from source. Let's see one more. Spirit, give me a guidance for the masculines. Give me a guidance for the masculines, please. Storm. Even through difficulties, you can rest assured that this storm will pass. Just go with the flow. It will be over soon. Yep. And it's just eliminating the distractions, reprioritizing what they want in life. They have a bright future and they need to trust that. And feminines, I love it. And again, we're back to the grounding. Pentacles, independence, Nine of Pentacles, grounding. You are low on energy right now because you're ungrounded. Ground yourself with the earth and connect again with your body and practical reality. This will bring you success. And so I feel, feminines, you guys are obviously more empowered. I don't feel that you're low. If some of you still feel low, you know what you need to do. What I feel is you're grounded. Grounded yourself, the earth, which is why Spirit is saying you're grounded. New direction. They gave me two energies here. Grounded, new direction. Because you're grounded and this is a new manifestation. Is a number one. Number one is a new beginning, is initiation. It's your self-courage. So your higher self is calling you to take a new direction. This could be a new career, job, friendship, or even a new love relationship. This new path will lead you to your highest good. Trust it and just follow the road ahead. Wow. I'm going to close it right here, feminines, because honestly, I don't think we need to touch this anymore. I hope you guys got some love out of this, some guidance, some support, and encouragement of what these shifts are. And I think, again, share your story, because you guys, both masculine and feminine, are learning so much about themselves, and you're on your own journey. Remember this judgment, review, and contemplation of life. And so you get to be an example for others as well. And this is how we get to share our story, just like I'm sharing mine, and I'm sharing this space, and I love those who come here and share this space with me, because this is a journey, and this is a journey to self. And again, I want feminines and masculines to feel the freedom and liberation within themselves as well. So I love you, my masculines. I love you, my feminines. Please like, share, subscribe. Click that bell button if you enjoy my frequency. But with that said, live always relentlessly in striving aspiration. This is the evolution of your soul, and I'm here to nurture you. Until next message. Bye.